Macau's 2022 Q4 retail sales down over 20%, down over 22% across whole year. Retail sales for the fourth quarter of 2022 fell by 20.6% year-on-year to 14.8 billion Macau patakas, or $1.83 billion, sending Macau's sales volume index down 21.8% compared to a year earlier. The latest information from the Statistics and Census Service showed that the city's major retail activities, sales at department stores, sales of watches, clocks and jewelry, clothing for adults fell 34.7%, 28.5%, and 26.2% respectively year-on-year. Meanwhile, other major sales related to automotive fuels and pharmacies went up 8.2% and 4%. In terms of the volumes of retail sales, the sales volume index for department stores went down 35.2%, while the index for watches, clocks and jewelry slipped 29.2%, and adults' clothing recorded a 28.1% decline year-on-year. The index for pharmacies, however, rose. Compared to its preceding quarter when 11.21 billion Macau patakas worth of sales were recorded, the fourth quarter of last year saw retail sales grow 32%. Other significant increases were demonstrated in sales of communication equipment, up 109% from the previous quarter, and sales of adults' clothing and leather goods went up 67.1% and 57.8% respectively. Meanwhile, the volume index for retail sales went up by 35.6% quarter to quarter, with the indices for communication equipment, adults' clothing, leather goods, and department stores up 110.1%, 61.5%, 57.9%, and 41% respectively. Total retail sales for 2022. For the whole year of 2022, total retail sales decreased by 22.1% year-on-year to 57.71 billion Macau patakas. Among the major retail trade activities, sales of department stores, adults' clothing, as well as watches, clocks and jewelry declined by 36.9%, 31.7%, and 29.7% year-on-year, respectively. In 2022, the average sales volume index fell by 22% year-on-year, with the sales volume index for department stores down 37%, that for adults' clothing down 33%, and watches, clocks and jewelry down 29.1%. The government statisticians said that 42.7% of the city's retailers expected the sales volume to stay stable year-on-year in the first quarter of 2023, while 34.4% anticipated a year-on-year increase, and 22.9% forecasted a decrease. Meanwhile, 70.4% of the retailers predicted that retail prices would remain steady year-on-year in the first quarter, 17.9% foresaw a decrease, and 11.7% expected an increase. As compared with the fourth quarter of 2022, about 40.3% of the retailers painted a rosy outlook in the first quarter of 2023, 34% expected stable performance, and 25.7% envisaged sluggish business ahead. Thank you for listening. This news is brought to you by mpluslivetv and Macau News Agency. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook.